Wow. I can say this. I'm not shocked that this happened, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of other people are about to leave. In Marvel's Blade news, the movie that we have been waiting for the last 5+ years to get anything out of it besides bad news, has taken another turn for the worse. They just lost one of their key actors. No, I'm not talking about Mahershala. Mahershala hasn't said that he's quitting, but they lost Delroy Lindo. Yep, Delroy Lindo, who was cast to be in the production, has left the project. Now, they haven't really said much about why he left, but let's just be honest. We already got an idea why he left. You know, directors quit in, multiple script rewrites, no direction, just it's all over the place. And Delroy Lindo is not some actor who just started yesterday or some unknown guy. He's a very he's a really really good actor. He's been in the game for years and he's highly respected. So them losing him right along with the other things is just another big blow to this project. And that's why I said I'm not shocked about him leaving because eventually we knew with all the problems that was happening, somebody's going to be bound to quit. Not just the directors or just the writers of the script, but some of the cast members. And I don't blame him for leaving because his thing is looking like, hey, it's been 5 years. We haven't uh, seen anything from this project. We haven't started working on it. We haven't did anything. You know, and I can't keep putting myself on hold waiting for you guys. And all I'm getting is just a bunch of I'm sorries and a bunch of dead ends. So he's like, I'm out of here because I got things to do. I got projects that I've been putting on hold. I got money to make. I got all this stuff I got to do. And I just can't keep waiting on y'all. And you can't blame him at all for what he did because this whole thing with Marvel is, I wouldn't even say embarrassing because embarrassing is an understatement. The only thing you just sit back and says is like, wow, here we go again. Like DMX said, here we go again. Same old shit, just a different day. Now, Mahershala Ali has not said anything about him quitting, but he has started working on other projects. And I believe that he's going to be the next person to say, hey, I'm leaving. He's going to be the next person going to leave. Because how long do Marvel think that people are going to sit back and keep waiting for y'all to get this together? Because it's obvious, let's just call it what it is. They don't have no direction for this project. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what's happening with this. They're just sitting there like, what are we doing? You can't keep directors, you can't keep writers, and now you can't keep actors. And they don't realize that how much this is going to affect moving forward because if Marvel tries to contact other writers about other writers or other actors to try to be on this project or other directors, they're gonna be like, yeah, I don't think I want to work on this. Well, I don't think, but I'm not interested in working on that because y'all had all this top talent on there. Y'all haven't got anything done yet, and I'm not about to waste my time fucking around with y'all. So no, I'm not interested because now they're trying to find another director, and it's just only thing you just said is like, wow, because you would never think that somebody like Marvel, who for the last up 10 years had just been pumping out hit after hit after hit and had this great track run and this great track record that now, instead of them being known for their work, they're being known for the bad stuff. And I'm just gonna say this too, which is a lot of this stuff started when Bob and Chapek took over. Because when Chapek took over, I'm sorry, everything started to go downhill. Because to you, if Bob Iger was still there and he had not stepped down, Blade would have been out by now. We would have had information about it. We've been getting ready to see the movie. You know, and not only that, but with Bob Iger have to come back and have to clean up Chapek's mess. You all know as well as I know, it's not an easy thing to clean up somebody's mess. And that's what that whole Disney camp has been doing. They've been trying to right the wrongs that Chapek did when he was there, which has caused them to lose out on a lot of key elements that's needed for these projects to get going. So I believe that more cast members are going to quit. And I also believe that Mahershala Ali is going to come out and say that, hey, I'm quitting. I'm not going to be a part of this no more. Because his lawyer even came out and said that, you know what, this is crazy. He's never dealt with nothing like this. And I'm pretty sure Delroy Lindo and his representation, his team is saying the same thing. Like, we never dealt with anything like this. Like, man, what's going on with Marvel and Disney that they got to this point? And it's a very bad look. Very bad look. Because every time when something comes up about Blade, it's always something bad. It's never anything good. It's always something bad. Something bad. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But I'm gonna say this. This is my solution that I think what Marvel should do as far as developing Blade and trying to get Blade going. I think at this point that they should not announce anything about Blade until they have a real serious locker room talk. And on that board, it should be, what the fuck are we doing? The second thing is they need to secure, at this point, they need to bring somebody in that's going to make people feel comfortable enough to say, I'll stay on the project because this person is a part of it and we know this person's track record. And what I mean by that is they need to bring in a director. They need to bring in a director who can make things happen. Not saying that the other directors didn't do that, but they just need somebody that's going to come in to get this project rolling and to make people feel comfortable enough to say, hey, I'll stick around because such and such is here. That's what they need to do. And to me, that person who I feel could do it, you know, if you looked at my last video, I was talking about Jordan Peele, but it's also another director, which is Antoine Fuqua. And in my opinion, I felt like they should have went with Antoine Fuqua in the beginning. They should have brought him in as the writer director to do Blade, even though he's working on the Michael Jackson project, but just said, hey, Antoine, we want to secure you through the Blade project. You know, cool. Now they had already announced this before it was announced that he was going to be, if I'm not mistaken, before he started working on the Michael Jackson project. But even if he's working on the Michael Jackson project, I still say that Marvel should have secured him because with Antoine Fuqua, he does have the track record of making really good movies. And not only that, is that when he gets attached to some, he gets the ball rolling. And people love his work. People love working with him and they feel comfortable with him. So that's why I feel that Antoine Fuqua, if it's not Jordan Peele, then Antoine Fuqua will be the next option for them to get this thing going. Because they need to do something at this point because it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Like Dr. Evil said in Austin Powers, this is goddamn ridiculous. And it's to the point now that us as fans, we just like, okay, whatever. We really don't care what you're talking about. Just whatever. So hopefully they'll be able to get this on track. But losing Delroy Lindo, in my opinion, is really gonna is put a big dent in the project already because he's such a great actor, a well-respected talent throughout the game. And when people see that he left, they're like, yeah, I don't really know at this point. Not to take anything away from Mahershala Ali, but having Mahershala Ali and Delroy Lindo working together in this project would have been awesome. And now, like I said, keyword would have been awesome. So let's have this conversation. How do y'all feel about Delroy Lindo leaving the Blade project? Do you feel this project is ever going to get off the ground? Do you see Mahershala Ali leaving? Let's have this conversation. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned.